And again, you can't say that you're going to be the most transparent administration in history. And now when something doesn't go your way, all of a sudden you're not going to be transparent whatsoever. And she keeps dodging their questions left and right. And you get to the point where honestly, they just get kind of fed up with it all. And, then they start clashing with her, which is exactly what happens here. Let's go ahead and roll it.
On the documents case, again, you've laid out that the president's lawyers and the special counsel are dealing with the legal side of this. You've now laid out that you have not had a conversation with the president about this. But this was reported Monday. It happened in November. Are you aware of any conversation in the West Wing among others, people other than the president, about disclosing this once it was discovered?
What I can say is I was asked by your colleague if we talked about the documents themselves. The president said he does not know what was in them, right? But also just wanted to clear that up. I understand you guys are going to have a lot of questions on this. I get that. I know you guys are going to have a lot of questions on process and specifics. And what I can tell you is that I'm not going to go beyond what the president laid out.
I want to pause it here because I know I chop up the press briefing for you all and kind of give you the highlights and the snippets that you need to know about. She was echoing the same exact thing the entire time. Well, I knew you guys were going to have questions. I knew you had questions about this. She doesn't know a damn thing. She didn't even have conversations really with the president in terms of kind of the specifics of it all. So she can't get into the specifics, nor could she be clear, nor could she be transparent, which is amazing. You knew that this was going to be the biggest news all week. And you don't have any answers for anybody, and they get fed up with it, which you're going to see Ed here. Oh boy, does he push back, and he gives her a little bit of sass, and I love it. Let's continue.
I'm not going to go beyond what my White House counsel colleagues have stated. I would refer you to them for any other specifics or additional information. I want to be prudent here. I want to make sure that we do this in the appropriate way.
We're going to ask them because that's our job.
I understand, and my job is to answer your questions. So here we go. Let's go.
We asked this is because on day 2 of this administration, when he swore all of you in, the president said, quote, "I'm going to make mistakes. When I make them, I'll acknowledge them, and I'll tell you, and I'll need your help to help me correct them." So you're the one here talking to us about this. That's why we're asking you. So let's just remember that. When he was asked yesterday,
Ed, we don't need to have this. We work very well together. We don't need to have this kind of confrontation. Ask your question, and I will answer them the best that I can.
Part of the reason we're laying that out is because you're laying out your part of the job.
I know, but I'm just saying that we don't need to have contention. You don't need to be contentious with me here, Ed.
The president was asked yesterday, but did not answer this part of the question. Why didn't he or someone in the White House inform the American people when these documents were discovered on November 2nd? Did it have anything to do, because people are asking this part of it, did it have anything to do with the fact that the election was just a few days away?
Again, Ed, this is under review by the Department of Justice. It is literally under review right now. As I am talking to you, it is under review. So I'm not going to get beyond the process. I'm not going to get beyond what the president said. Look, the White House counsel, my colleagues in the White House counsel, laid out a very detailed information about what this particular issue on Monday. You all have that. I'm just not going to get beyond that. The Department of Justice is independent, as you know. They're doing a review, and I want to be prudent here. And it would be more appropriate. It would be more appropriate for my colleagues in the White House counsel's office to address this.
Then we welcome them to the briefing room, and we hope they can come soon to discuss this. But there's another thing. There was nothing stopping the President of the United States from disclosing the discovery of these classified documents in his former office before it was under Justice Department review.
What I can tell you right now is what the president is share with you what the president said to all of you, right? Which is he was surprised by this. He definitely, truly respects the process here, and also when it comes to classified, he takes classified documents very seriously. And
you got to admit, folks, the messaging is just. It's unbelievable from this administration. The way they literally have done nothing but lie to the American people from day one. That's all they do is lie. I'm not just calling them out because they're Democrats. That's all they have literally done. And the press are waking up to it. They're going, you said that, hey, if he's going to make mistakes, he wants us to call it out so that he can correct it and he'll call it out himself. So you have a prior opportunity to say there was a massive mistake that happened. Oopsie, we're willing to forgive you. We understand, even though you weren't willing to forgive Trump, even though you said Trump was committing treason and all this other stuff with it. But now when it's brought to light that the same exact thing happened to you guys, all of a sudden, well, he respects the process. We're going to let it play out. We got the council involved. Your questions can go to the council, even though I'm the mouthpiece of the president, of the leader of the free world. You know, all these, it's so stupid and it's tiresome. I know it's tiresome for all of you, but we have to have this on tape, folks. We still have to talk about it. We still have to bring it to light and see the same exact line of not just questions, but also the way she gives her answers is the exact same to every reporter. It's ridiculous. But let's Ed finish up here.
Again, I'm going to leave you to the information that the president provided to all of you, and also just yesterday, in front of many of you or your colleagues, and also what my White House counsel colleagues shared on Monday.
The leaders of the Senate Intelligence Committee today, like they did after the raid at Mar-a-Lago, have asked that the Director of National Intelligence conduct a national security assessment of this apparent discovery of classified information. Has the president asked for one, or are you aware of the ODNI?
I would refer you to Department of Justice here. This is
Department of Justice doesn't handle national security.
I would refer you to Department of Justice on this particular issue that's being reviewed currently.
On whether the Office of Director of National Intelligence is conducting a national security
when it
assessment?
comes to the review that we are currently speaking of right now, of these classified documents, I would refer you to Department of Justice. Go ahead.
So she's not going to let him finish. He had plenty of questions. He did great, you guys. For the love of God, that man did actually really good. Just because the press, we didn't necessarily like them under Trump. We gave them a lot of, pushback and stuff like that, which it was deserved, right? The way they treated the man, the way they handled it. They're doing a fabulous job here. And that's what I want to highlight here. There are good reporters. I know Trump says, it's fake news, right? It's all sick. Look at CNN in the back, right? Jim Acosta, where you at, Jim? Jim, are you here? You're sick, Jim. There was things that they did bad, but there's also a lot of things that they do good, you guys. And I think that's why I wanted to give them a platform to be able to get their questions out there. We can cover it and we can call out the lies from the administration, no matter who it is, whether it's Trump, whether it's Biden, whoever it's going to be. We're going to sit there and be there and cover it all. Well, I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Bald Brad Show. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all our future content.